Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They go back to Pollard on second down, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down. The Cowboys at 500 hit 6-6. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Haven't been a defense coordinator yet. The thing 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Run for Pollard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw here pulled in by Hilton. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Here's Pollard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Elliott hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll run with Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. These two teams all tied after 1. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Prescott from the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Out to the flat here for Johnson. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The first down carry here for Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Point the ball. Remember that side of where it was headed and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that might be his last pass in the NFL, because when you throw an interception, especially a pick six as a kicker, CD, I don't know that you recover from that one.
You got to remember one thing. My vintage takes me back to shades of Garo Yepremian against Washington in Super Bowl VII. Yeah, folks, I would tell you to do an encyclopedia search, but actually nowadays you do an internet search. Check that one out. And that was at least off of a block kick. This was a design throw. Results the same, though. Interception, 6 points going the other way. Hello, Mike Bass. Remember you?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. To the 43, second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
These two teams, if you look back to 2021, quite a disparity between these two Lone Star State offenses. Last season, the Cowboys #1 in the league in terms of total yardage, and meanwhile the Texans, we know about all the struggles that they had. They came in at number 32, which is dead last.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And again, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from capturing the lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. Now Pollard.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Prescott to throw on 4th. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Now Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Finding more on the out route for the completion.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard as the first half is winding down.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On third down, it's Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 4, this is second down and 1. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Ty Johnson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Texans 28, Cowboys 13.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Now Rodgers, a free play. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. It's caught. Beckham.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Rodgers going to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught. It's Cooks. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Rodgers. And that's complete to Cooks. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 45 on second down. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. There he goes right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack on first down, Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Third and long for Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and inches.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
78 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He completes it to Beckham. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Prescott off play action. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott now.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Johnson running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment. Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.